Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy. I'm ShadowyProductions.
And I'm Paper Mario Guy.
And in the last episode we started off our journey into outer space and we found our first Grand Star, but we really didn't accomplish much else. And here is Rosalina. I'll be reading this.
If you want to.
The beacon is lit, it shines weakly, maybe only as bright as a Class 6 star, but at least the poor Lumas will survive now. Oh, thank you for saving the Grand Star. These star people are my family. They mean so much to me. Welcome to the Comet Observatory. It's my home, and also home to the Lumas. You see, we travel the starry skies. We pass by this area once every 100 years and stop in front of her. A strange force had latched onto our ship, pulling away star bits in our power stars. Our ship had lost power, so it entered a deep hibernation state in which it could not move. Those who took your special one picked up the power stars and discovered the power to cross the universe. Please, I have a request. This observatory uses star power to project images of the galaxies that are scattered across space. And there is a chance we can use our few remaining stars to look for other power stars. These round rooms are called domes. We observe galaxies from domes such as these. But the only one that is working now, powered by the star power you restored, is this one, the terrace. Please go to the terrace and try to recover the power stars from the galaxies you can see from there. If we do that, we'll be able to restore the Comet Observatory's ability to fly like a starship. Then perhaps we can pursue the thieves who ran off with the power stars.
Sounds like a plan.
I will save my game from remote connect. Okay, there we go. Okay, I would have skipped through that, but you can't really skip through it anyway because it kind of goes slow, so I figured I'd narrate it anyway. So this is basically your hub world, like the Mushroom Castle in Super Mario 64 and Delfino Plaza in Super Mario Sunshine. This is where you're going to find all your different worlds and levels and such.
Pretty easy to navigate, but of the three that you just mentioned, I'd have to say that this is probably my least favorite.
It's not very large or expansive, and as you can see,
It just doesn't have the personality that the other two had. You know.
It's really not that much to explore.
And Piantas are much better than Lumas.
So our first galaxy, Good Egg Galaxy. Yes, it's undeniable we're detecting power star energy patterns in the nearest galaxy. But I must warn you, the evil energy readings are off the charts. Please be careful. Will do. Will do.
So, Good Egg Galaxy is kind of like the staple of the Galaxy games. It's kind of the equivalent to Bianco Hills and also Bob-omb Battlefield. And it shares a lot of similarities in the fact that it's pretty damn easy. And, you know, the first episode is a boss fight for both of them. So, there are certain things that you'll be able to draw between the two.
Alright, so I gotta get used to being so close to the TV. Pointers a little. It's not too bad. And these, what are these?
I think these are Octo Goombas.
They remind me of
I think I want to
Shrooms
say.
from Mario and Luigi Partners in Time for some reason.
I can see where you draw the comparison.
Just talk to this guy. My friends are ahead. Hurry! I'm just gonna turn to a sling star, which will launch us up to this launch star.
Yes. And then we have all these boulders.
Ugh. Boulders, I don't like these. This is another one of those parts where you have to find all these starships. Now, you want to kind of avoid the mud, because if you get stuck in the mud, you're going to move very slowly, and there's a good chance you can get hit by one of those boulders. You really only have 3 HP.
The starship, like, things, you know, you'll... It's not that they're in every world, but they're in majority of the worlds, so... If you wanted to compare it to something that's annoying in, you know, some of the other games, it's kind of like getting all the blue coins. Well, not really, like, because the blue coins are throughout each world, but it's just like they're as common as blue coins
Yeah.
are. You see
If you're
them.
gonna be playing through this game, you gotta get used to collecting star chips. That's something you're doing quite often.
But they're normally in plain sight majority of the times, and they're not really too hard to, find. So you shouldn't have a problem.
They're not nearly as tedious as collecting blue coins.
It's angry birds. They're coming for you.
Like boulders coming for me, but it just ran over those blue things. So very
Just got
appreciative.
dominated.
Don't want to die my first time. Alright.
So as you can see, some interesting things that you haven't really seen
Now,
in.
these are the platforms that turn back.
Yes, these are the platforms that turn. As you can see, there's some things that you didn't really see in too much in Super Mario Sunshine. We already have disappearing blocks, which we'll be seeing
Did not
more.
think it would come.
Oh! First death of the LP. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. But there's the disappearing blocks, which you didn't see too much of in Sunshine. And then there's also these switches, that are useful and add a little bit of a puzzle element, which I think is pretty interesting and nice. And then we just got our first one-up, which is swell, because one-ups are fantastic. You can't really go wrong with one-up. And also, probably the biggest thing, honestly, of all the, of the whole design of the game and everything, I think the biggest thing that Galaxy brought back was the long jump, which is incredibly useful.
I myself am a big fan of the long jump. I think they're getting rid of it though in Super Mario 3D Land.
Possibly, but we'll have to see what happens if they put it, well, but when they put the, a main series Mario platformer on the Wii U, we'll have to see if they get rid of it. Probably not, though.
Super Mario 3D Land isn't even going to be that much like one of the main 3D Mario games. It's kind of just like a 3D new Super Mario Brothers game kind of thing. Like, it's not really going to be so much about collecting Power Stars.
I'm assuming that it's gonna kind of be like the other Super Mario Land games,
But overall, it does look pretty fun from what I've seen so far.
And considering this LP will probably be going on by the time it comes out in, I believe, November, we'll probably talk about it. Because as of this right now, we're not sure how this is going to be uploaded, but it's not going to be like daily or probably even bi-daily. Like, it'll probably be like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that. And it's a decently long game. We're gonna try to keep it, at a reasonable length for the episodes. So,
and we both have to be present for in order to play the game. So it's based around whenever we can get together and record.
So it should be swell. And that was the first boss of the game, Dino Piranha. Pretty simple, and although we didn't say it, probably should have been able to see kind of exactly what we were doing, or what ShadowyProductions was doing.
Just a simple spin
Jump into his tail, and it will go back into him, and he will be finished.
Do we have enough time for another star?
Indeed we do. We're only up to about 9 minutes.
Oh, okay, then.
So we have, depending on what the next star is, we'll have plenty of time. So this Luma is kind of explaining to us the function of star bits. Would you like to explain star bits? And
Indeed, I would. All you really need to do is just point your cursor at them and you can collect them, and press B to shoot them, and they're not particularly useful. I don't use them that much for fighting enemies or anything, but you do need them a lot to feed Lumas and unlock new galaxies and such, so if you see any star bits just kind of hanging around, you should make sure to collect them, because it really doesn't interfere with the gameplay at all. You can kind of walk around and jump and point at the same time.
The thing that I would say about star bits, that you might want to actually sometimes go out of your way if you see a decent amount, because I would equate some of the later Hungry Lumas to, like, getting your maps read in Wind Waker. Like, some of the later Lumas actually do have quite a hefty appetite. You're gonna have to pay them a lot, so it's good to try to get a early establishment of star bits, and you know, it probably makes sense if we did do the whole the 2-player thing. But something that you should note is that if you are going for star bits and you come up to a Goomba or an Octo Goomba or whatever you may be going, if you spin into them and then you kill them like that, as opposed to simply jumping on them, you'll get star bits for that, as opposed to a coin. Although you will have your fair share of hungry Illumas that may want coins, but star bits will wind up unlocking actual new galaxies, levels, you know.
And sometimes, like, not only in the hub worlds, but also sometimes in levels, Lumas will appear just randomly on your path, and they'll ask you for star bits. And a lot of times it's kind of difficult to go back, so it's always good to just pick up star bits just in case one of those Lumas appear. That'll often be like, if you're going to get a secret star of some sort, it'll often involve going back and finding it.
So, something that I meant to note is that we wound up getting into that launch star because of something called a pull star. They're little blue things, and they are pretty useful and pretty fun. And there's actually a cool, a decent amount of missions that actually make use of the pull stars. One in particular is there are these missions later in the game. Some people dread them. I don't think they're terrible.
Oh, there's a Hungry Luma right there.
Yeah, there is a Hungry Luma. I think it's 50. I'm hoping it's 50. But there's actually a purple coin mission, and it makes some use of pull stars. It's pretty cool. Oh, you need 100. That's a bit more than I have right now. So
maybe come back.
We need to, you know, go and find some more. If you walk into these bushes, and you'll see these a lot. Most bushes, as you walk through them, will drop 3 star bits. And it's advised to just kind of explore if you're really on the hunt for star bits, because they're not really all that hard to find, and you should be good for more star bits. So now is definitely a time, knowing that you need to get as many as you can to be on the lookout for them and get any of which ones that you can. And, of course, you know...
I think this level's kind of actually an introduction to the whole Hungry Luma thing and collecting the star bits.
Indeed.
So you can feed them. So...
we're getting pretty close to the number here. Defeat some more of these Goombas, and,
you can actually, I think, just don't
die. Certainly don't want to die.
If you spin those green things into one of those spiky plants, I think you can destroy them and get some star bits.
Well, I could have killed him for the star bits, and him too, but I kept on getting hit, and I certainly don't want to die. Not in Good Ed Galaxy. That would be embarrassing, to say the least. Alright, so let's walk through some more of these things and try to find more star bits. We only need 6 more, and then we'll be good.
Spinning into one of those green.
Yes, we'll try to do this. Indeed, they do. Alright, so we'll be good after that. And now we can make our way back over to that little Yoshi egg.
You also get a 1-up.
You also get a 1-up for... Is it every 50 or is it every 100?
I'm not sure. I didn't notice one before.
Anyway, something else to point out while we're at it is that if you go through a launch star, it will actually create a little blue thing, so you kind of know where the launch star is going to go, and that's pretty useful. Now, don't miss. That would be terrible, because you can. You know, you can shoot star pits past him, and if you shot one too many and then had to go, it's quite annoying. So, many jokes have been made in many other LPs about these Lumas committing suicide just to help you transform into something else, and really, it's hard to deny that they are kind of committing suicide for your benefit. But these launch stars, like that launch star in particular, is like one of the perfect examples of like the launch stars that I love, because it's just like so cinematic to just like watch yourself just shoot across the sky, and it's like visually what is it? Aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, that's it. So we're still just kind of making our way
longer than
through this, you know,
like
decently long star. Again, these are kind of introduction stars, so they're gonna be a little bit longer. But it's pretty cool. And I think this is the first time so far that we've actually dealt with the mechanic of gravity, which is pretty cool. As you can see, whatever direction the arrow is pointing in is the direction that you will go, and you'll have to adjust accordingly, and it's pretty interesting. And did I just screw up?
Yeah.
Did
I think you can get back up there with your spin jump and such.
Alright, so I want to, what, long jump?
You don't want to touch the blue part.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna
yeah.
do this. So I kind of wasted a lot of time, because I could have just did that. And I'm not going to go for that one up because, you know,
want to get crushed.
I'm not gonna get crushed. Playing it safe. Killing these Octogoondas like it's my job, man. And now we're finally up here. It took a little while, but we can go through here. Mario Hardcore smashes right through. Look at that little palm tree. Now, you could go around collecting all these blue chips, or you could do a long jump right into the star. The little pull star chips are not hard to get, though, so if you really feel like playing it that safe, then by all means go for it. But we're kind of making slow progress these first 2 episodes, but that's just because of the nature of the beginning of this game. But now we've discovered a new galaxy in the terrace, which we may or may not explore, depending on ShadowyProductions' preference. But we will see you in episode 3 for more Super Mario Galaxy. I'm Paper Mario Guy.
I'm ShadowyProductions.
And we'll see you all next time.